Hello darlings, thanks for joining me for tonight's video. It's lovely to see you all, and I'm so glad that you could join me for my first, my first cooking video. Woohoo! That's that cooking video. Woohoo! So this is the first episode of my new series called Van Life Recipes. Woohoo! And I'm going to be cooking everything from casseroles to dessert and everything in between. And I'll be traveling to different locations too. Like tonight, I'm at Pretty Pinter's back. I can't believe it. How can the alligator was salad? I can't believe how quickly it's turned to night. But anyway, let's start, shall we? So tonight, I'm going to be cooking a delicious and nutritious vegetable and mixed bean soup. Now this is my own recipe. However, you don't have to follow it if you want to. It just depends on what you like and your preference. So you can add whatever you like or take out whatever you like or whatever. Okay, so I've got the gas on. Let's turn it down a bit. Okay, now I'll put the pot on here. Now I've already put the chicken stock in, 1 litre. If you don't have the chicken stocks in the liquid, you can use the stock cubes. So I recommend 2 stock cubes to 1 litre of water if you're going to do it that way. Now I've got here 2 stock cubes of vegetable stock cubes, and the reason why I'm using these is because I don't have them in the liquid, which doesn't matter, so we'll just put some in there. Ooh. Put it all in there, crumble it up like so. Stick that over there. And this one too. I like to have the flavour of both the chicken with the vegetables, but if you're a vegetarian, and I like to eat a lot of vegetarian dishes myself, you can just use vegetable stock cubes. Okay, now I'm going to add some sea salt and black pepper. Put as much as you like in. A couple of bay leaves. Bay leaves. Love them. I'm going to add a little bit of ginger because it's good for you, as well as it tastes yummy. Good. You can put as much or as less in as you like. Some thyme. Yummy. I also have some turmeric. I usually put in a bit of cumin too, but I don't have that at the moment. Okay. And some oregano. Oregano is my favourite herb. Just put a whole lot in. Beautiful. Okay, now, where did I put the spoons? It's a bit hard to see because of the light. Oh my God, it's stuck. I can't get it open. It's making a liar out of me. Okay, we'll put the light back there. This is my bone cutlery set. Let me just get these out. Let's got the spoon. See how they come in there? Isn't that clever? Okay. Give this a bit of a stir. Oh, you can smell the herbs and spices. Beautiful. We'll leave it there for a minute. Okay, the next thing I'm going to add is some natural bone broth. Now, like I said, if you're a vegetarian, don't worry about adding the bone broth. Okay, give this a bit of a stir. Okay, now that I've done the liquids, the stock and the bone broth, I'm going to add some garlic. The reason why I'm using these garlic is because I forgot to grab some garlic, but what I like to do is use the dehydrated stuff with the real stuff, meaning when I like to use ginger, I use a powdered ginger with the fresh ginger, and the same with the garlic and so on, because that adds more flavours and aromas, but I'll have to make do with what I've got for the moment. Okay, so I have some minced garlic. I'll add some of that. If you're like me, and if you like a lot of garlic like me, oh my God, put as much as you like in. Bit of a stir. Okay, so now I'm going to add the vegetables, which we have here. Some green beans. I'm just going to stick them. No, sorry. Where are the beans? Here. Green beans. I've already prepared everything. We'll just add them all in there and stick them in there. And the more calories you can add with your vegetables, the better. Meaning, use green beans as well as butter beans. And if you're going to use capsicums, use the red, yellow and green if you have them. We're now going to add some broccoli and cauliflower, and they can all go in there too. Now these are just frozen. Give it a bit of a stir. I like to use a lot of frozen vegetables in my soup. Let's just break that up a bit because it's still frozen. But I've taken all the frozen ice out. Okay. Now I have some Brussels sprouts which I've already thawed out and chopped up. Brussels sprouts are one of my most favourite vegetables and they're so healthy. You can use them in anything and everything. And they're great for salads too. And that breeze is nice and cool. Okay. Next thing I'm going to add some dehydrated mushrooms. I prefer to use these ones than the I'm going to put your knife on. I prefer to use these the tin mushrooms. Look, and stick them in here. Stick them all in. You can cut them up if you want to. This is many as you like. I'm going to use all of these. Now, with the dehydrated foods, you're supposed to put them boil them into some hot water first before using them. But when you're making a soup or a stew or whatever like that, you don't need to. Just plunk them in. And they will come back to life. Now after I put everything in, I'm going to let this simmer. So I'll bring it up to a boil first, and then I'll let it simmer. Now we've got some potatoes. I've already prepared these and chopped them up because a whole lot can go in there. Now it's starting to look like a soup. Now I've got 2 bags. I'll put in the description the actual recipe for this. So I'll just use about 3 or 4 large potatoes. You can use as many as you like. Now the reason why I've already prepared all the vegetables first, instead of chopping them up here now, is because when you're making, you've got down here, some carrots, it's because when you're a YouTuber and you are making a video, you have to think about everyone. Because you know your audience is going to be of all different ages. And therefore, you have to take all these things into consideration when making a video. And therefore, the thing is that with the younger generation, they have a lesser attention span than what the older generation does. So that's why I've done this like this. So we've got some onions. It's because if the younger generation's watching, I'm trying to keep their attention span. Look at that, yummy. Good enough. It smells beautiful. You smell the onions. Wow, yum. And it's nice and thick. It's starting to get nice and thick now, which is what we want. And the different colours, oh my God. Starting to look good. Okay. And here I have some black olives. If you don't have any olives, you can just add a dash of extra virgin olive oil if you like. You can go over there. Okay. We have some pumpkin. So we've got a bit of orange, a bit of green, bit of white, different shades of green, and different shades of orange. Oh, beautiful. Give it a bit of a stir. Now, a tip for all you mothers out there who have fussy kids who won't eat their Vegemite. And you know how Vegemite is so important because it has every single vitamin B, which is vital for energy, for lots of things. And therefore, if you can't get them to eat their Vegemite, just stick half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of Vegemite in your soup and don't tell them, and they won't know. And now I'm going to add some sesame seeds. Again, you can add as many as you like or as less as you want. The reason why I'm adding these is because sesame seeds are full of calcium. That's why if you're lacking calcium or if you want extra calcium in your diet, just add sesame seeds into your salad, soups, onto your sandwiches, everywhere. Okay, now I've got down here some corn kernels. Now, these are the only things that I haven't, that I haven't put in here, so we're just going to stick. Where's the spoon? This will give it the yellow, lovely yellow colour. Now the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I haven't drained the corn, but I want to add a little bit of, look at that, stir that in, a little bit of corn juice just for, I'll put one more in. So we've got about 3/4 of this can in here now. And because we need room for the other things. Okay, now I have here some bamboo, which is very healthy. Stick them in there like this one. If you can make it up first, or you can send it in whole. It's up to you, whatever you prefer. Again, you can put as much as you like or much as you don't like. And as I said, this is very nutritious as well as delicious. And that's why I'm adding all of these ingredients. Let's give this a bit of a stir. Beautiful. Okay, I'll put the lid back on here. Okay, now I have in here this bowl, black beans, which are very healthy for you. I have a can of 4-bean mixed soup. See all the black beans down here. So in the 4-bean can, you've got chickpeas, butter beans, kidney beans, and something else. I can't remember. I'm going to add a few more black beans. Ah! Oh well, there goes a bowl. I knew I should have bought plastic. Oh well. I just scared myself. And give that a bit of a stir. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to add for today, tonight, is some wholemeal pasta. Now, you can use whatever pasta you like. But make sure it doesn't go soggy. That's the pasta you don't want. So we'll open up this. Now I'm not going to use a lot, but I'm just going to break it up. The reason why I'm using this is because it's wholemeal. Give it a bit of a stir. Bit of a mix up. Oh, look at that. And by adding the pasta, this helps to turn it into more of a meal. I think that should do. Okay. Now, as the liquids evaporate, you can add, top it up with some more water if you want to. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the lid onto here. Now we're going to turn the heat up and let it boil. So what we're doing now is we'll stir it occasionally and we'll bring it up to a boil, and then when we get it to a boil, then we're going to let it simmer. And then what we're going to do is you let it simmer for 2 hours and it's done. However, tonight, I don't have a lot of time tonight. So for this video, I'm just going to let it simmer for about an hour or nearly an hour, and then I can finish simmering it at home. Come here if I can. Oh, reach you. Oh. Now, if I can reach you. Now, let's have a look. Beautiful. That's what we want. Oh. Because the thing that I like about soups stews, casseroles and stuff like that, is that if you're struggling financially and you have to put food on the table for your family, what you do is you make a large pot like this and you make it go a whole week. And that's a good, healthy way to feed your family if you're struggling. And also with the soup, if you have gravy on your cupboard, in your pantry, you know, you can turn your soup into a stew and create another dish. And you can use different ingredients all the time, so you're not eating the same flavors. It's up to you. It's up to your imagination. There's so many different things that you can do with soups, stews, and casseroles. Especially in the winter time. Oh my God. They are essential during winter. Give it one more stir. Give it a taste, shall we? Ooh. The vegetables are still a bit hard, but that's okay. We let it boil and then we'll bring it down to a simmer and stir occasionally, like I said. So this is the first episode of my new series, like I said earlier, Van Life Recipes. And tonight I'm at Pretty Penders Park. I was supposed to make this video during the daytime, and I just can't believe how quickly the nighttime came. And I thought, oh well, I'm still going to make this video anyway. So we'll let that go. You like my new necklace? It is an amethyst bottle. If I can get this. And I've just dropped the lid. No, well, I'll find it later. But yeah, it's just 100% amethyst. You take the lid off like I did, and you can put a bit of perfume in there. Or a bit of, I'll find it later. Or if someone in your family or one of your fur babies has passed away, and if they have been cremated, you can put some ashes in there too, which is a great idea. But I love wearing crystals. They're just beautiful. Okay, let's give this another stir, shall we? It's starting to come along now. I can start to see how, oh my God, that is delicious. I mean, another good ingredient to put in here, peas. I would have put them, but I ran out of them yesterday. Pearl barley. You name it. You can use all different kinds of mushrooms. So instead of just using one mushroom, like obviously dehydrated button mushrooms, you can use 4 or 5 different varieties just for that extra, for those extra flavors. Okay. This is coming along nicely. Ooh, it's a bit hot. And so I'm not sure what my next recipe is, but I thought about testing out my new mini donut maker. And the other day, I made these little beautiful vanilla donut pancakes. So instead of using my pancake mixture in the waffle maker, I just put them into the donut maker just for experimenting, and oh my god, I think I will make them that way from now on. Now we're just on a whole new level. So I know that's going to be another recipe that I'm going to do soon. Want some? Now I can taste the flavour starting to become more enhanced, which is what we want. Because the longer we let the soup cook and rest, the more the flavours will intensify and mix, and that's what we're looking for. But I love cooking. How many of you enjoy cooking? I believe most of you do. But cooking is really important, whether we like to or not, because if we don't cook, we don't eat. And if we don't eat, well, we're going to get sick, aren't we? And this is another reason why I like about the soups like this, is because when I start talking about things like this, I start to feel emotional. I don't know why, but I always do. And growing up from the age of 6 onwards, right up until about 10 years ago, I was anorexic for most of my life. Long story, that's another story again for another video. And now I can still feel my body still recovering from that. And I think that might be another reason why I don't have a lot of energy. And I noticed that when I eat soups like this with anything and everything in it, oh my God, I feel so much better afterwards, and I feel like I've got my energy back. But whether you've been eating well all your life or not, it doesn't matter. You should eat lots of things like this, recipes like this, like soups, casseroles. Can you smell it? It smells delicious. Look at that. Beautiful. Celery is another good ingredient for soups as well as salads. And celery and onions, they go well together. They really do. Okay, now this video has to go no more than an hour because I don't have that space on my phone. Even though I've deleted a lot of things, photos and different apps, I still need to create more space. So therefore up to half an hour now. So I've got half an hour left to make the soup. Now I usually let it boil, and then I usually let it just simmer for 2 hours. However, when I get to the first hour, that's when I start eating the soup. However, after the second hour, it'll taste so much better. And I've noticed the longer I leave the soup in for a few more hours, just letting it sit and letting the flavours fusion in them, it tastes better again. Oh my God. Beautiful. Ooh. If you have cabbage, you can put cabbage in. Oh my God. Every time I have a soup, it tastes better than the last time. So what we're trying to create here is a dish that is full of nutrition that our bodies will thank us for, as well as the flavors. Because if you don't have a dish that doesn't taste nice, you're not going to eat it, are you? No matter how nutritious it is. You could also add quinoa. You can just experiment. Whatever leftovers you have at home in the fridge and in your cupboard, chuck them in. Then that way nothing will get wasted. And that is what we're trying to do here. Because with the prices of everything going up, but our pay isn't, that means we need to sacrifice things in order to survive. And therefore, eating is one of the most important things besides having a roof over your head and being warm in winter. And therefore, we have to make every single dollar stretch. I mean, not everyone is, multi-millionaire, who don't have to worry about the prices going up. Well, I'm certainly not one of them. Well, not yet anyway. You notice I kept looking around because I'm here in the park on my own, and I just look around to make sure that there's no one around, which is really important. I might give this another stir, and then I'm going to leave the lid on, so because I want to keep the heat into here. We'll press it all back down into the liquid. Oh my God. I think I need to make soup more often. So we'll let that go. I've got the gas up full boil. So now we just let the gas do the work for us. Very quiet tonight. It's not too cold. It's not too warm. It's quite a nice humid night. At least it's better than the heat waves we've had lately. Oh my God, those heat waves were so wicked. Oh, that reminds me, I've got a couple of more video reviews to do because I ended up buying a new air cooler, and that is really good. So there will be another video coming up soon too. I think I'll have a sip of cordial. And make sure you keep some bread or some garlic bread or wholemeal bread rolls for your soup. So you can dip it into a bowl of soup in it. And I like to have a bit of butter or margarine on it. Yummy, 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 yummy. And you can do a little dance while you're waiting for the soup to boil. But it's so easy and simple to make. All you do is put the water in if you're using it, and the stock cubes if you're using that, or the liquid stock if you're using that, your salt and pepper, your herbs and spices, your vegetables, whether they are dehydrated, whether they are frozen, fresh, or in the tin. And then you add in your mixed beans, and I like to put the pasta in last. And I prefer to use a wholemeal pasta because that's better for you. But you don't have to do that. I mean, like I said, you can use any pasta you like as long as it doesn't turn soggy. Because if you use pasta in your soup, that turns into that soggy pasta. Oh my God, bleh. Yucky, yucky, yucky. You're going to ruin it. Okay, so we'll let that go. And I noticed with this set of cutlery, which I bought for my van, I bought them from Kmart. They weren't expensive, but I go in here. You've got a knife, a fork, a spoon, and you've got some metal chopsticks. Chop. I can't do it. I can't even use it on. And it's a good idea because they come in this little thing here to keep them in place while you're driving. And then they come in this little I just dropped a knife. And then they come in this little container. Now, those containers are good because once you close it, it's locked. And the only way, if you put it in that way, so, say that. And see this? So you stick this in here on this side here where the love heart is. And it's cute that they made a love heart. And then when you close it, that's locked. And look. Then that way you've got double security because you've already got them. Into here, but you can't get this unlocked. The only way you can unlock it is by pressing the love heart. And then you pull it apart. Isn't that a good idea? So if you're looking for some awesome cutlery to put in your van, and if you want some chopsticks too, they come with it. Go to Kmart and get these ones. And I also like how they've got, you can get them in different colours. Like on the end, these ones are black, painted black. However, they don't have them in pink, so I might paint them pink. Where's my top gone? I think I'll put my cardigan on now because now the temperature has dropped. And it's starting to get cool now. Ah, that feels better. Feels better. Okay. Ah, yum, yum, yum. So I can't put this in a bowl to show you because I can't believe I broke the bowl. God, I'm a dumbass, aren't I? We're breaking the bowl. So this has now been cooking for 42 minutes. It's coming along beautifully. Oh, yum. And the vegetables are getting tender. Hello. Making a video for YouTube. Someone's walking past, wondering what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to turn this off when it gets to an hour. Then I'm going to go home and then I'll just put it back on for another hour there. But you can cook the soup for as long as you want or for as short as you want. Look, it's up to you. I have a girlfriend who, she does not cook her soup for as long as I do. She only cooks it for about an hour all up because she prefers her nutrition to be, because she thinks that, well, she's probably right, you know, because she thinks that if you don't cook your vegetables as long, they have more nutrition. And even though you've got all the nutrition from the vegetables going into the liquid, well, like I said, everyone has their preference, so there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, there's no right way or wrong way to cook a soup or a stew or a casserole. There's only different. And it's good to cook them in different ways because in that way, if you have to live on them most of the time, because of financial reasons, you know, and you don't want to be eating the same things all over again. However, but sometimes you have to. And that's where soups are good, because you can add whatever you want, whenever you want, and you can make it, even though it's the same type of dish, you can make a different dish each time. So it seems like you're not eating the same things all the time. I'm going to give this another stir. Also, because every time I take the lid off this, the heat from the soup is keeping me warm now that the temperature has changed. Oh, that's good, but it's starting to get a bit hot. Would you like some? Oh my God. In Melbourne here, we're in the middle of February, so it's not long now before autumn comes and the cooler weather comes, and when it does, I'm going to be making this every week. And what you do is after you finish making a big pot like this, that's hot, is that you place the pot straight in, well, let it cool down, of course, at first. Then you place it into the fridge, and it can stay in the fridge for 3 or 4 days. And what I do is, because there's only myself and Callie doesn't eat soup, I don't put meat in my soup, but you can do that if you want. And because I prefer not to eat meat. But if I do want to eat meat, I prefer to eat the plant-based meats. And so therefore Callie's not going to eat the meat. If I were to put meat in here, then she could have eaten that. But because I don't, she's not going to eat the soup. She can stick with the cat soup. And this bowl is going to last me ages. So what I do is I take half of this soup out, and I put them in freezer bags into the freezer for later on, and then I put this bowl into the fridge. And so for the first 3 days, I'll eat what's in the bowl, which is more convenient because you just have to take the bowl out of the fridge, dip it into a cup or a bowl, put this pot back into the fridge, and then just heat up the cup of soup in the microwave. And I like to have at least 1 cup of soup every day. Sometimes I might have more depending on how I'm feeling, And they will last me for ages. However, if you have a large family, it's not going to last for you as long as it does for me. You might need to have a bigger boiler if you have a larger family than me. Okay, so I can't believe I broke my bowl. Now I can't scoop it up into the bowl to show you, but we'll just do it like this. I know you can see on top there, see all the different colours that we're looking for. We've got different colours for different nutritions, different textures. Beautiful. And the aromas, oh my God, beautiful. And like I said, when you add the pasta, it just creates more of mm. Oh yeah, it's really coming along now. It creates more of a fulfilling dish. It's like when you add bread to it. Another guy's walking past. Like I said, because of my own in the park here, I just have to keep my eyes open and be aware, because it's always important to be aware of your surroundings. So I hope you enjoyed this video, my first cooking video. I hope it's not going to be my last. Don't tell anyone, will you? Now, remember, if you want to enhance the flavors of the soup, or casserole, or stew if you want to make them, I prefer to add dehydrated vegetables with fresh vegetables, frozen vegetables, and canned food as well. Like, for example, when I use the garlic, which is, when I use the garlic, I'll add a bit of minced garlic with real garlic. And when I use the ginger, I'll use this ginger, as well as the fresh ginger, and so on. Just for that extra bit of nutrition. And it's like a flavour enhancer, I guess you could describe it. And it really makes, a big difference. And the aroma is, oh my God, yummy. Okay, so that's my video for today. My first video for van life recipes. I'm not sure what I'll do for my second cooking video, but I might do the mini donut pancakes. We'll see how I feel, see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to put the description for this in for this recipe, rather than the description. So the main recipe I use is chicken and vegetable stocks, bone broth, herbs and spices. I just use whatever I have at the time, salt and pepper, whatever vegetables I have at the time, but mainly the main ones that I always use, regardless of what I have and don't have, are always potatoes, onions, garlic, peas, beans, mushrooms, and I always use wholemeal pasta, and and corn kernels as well. They are a must. And for the mixed beans, I buy I buy a can of black beans and a can of four mixed beans. And I have the chickpeas, kidney beans, butter beans, and I can't remember something else. And they make the difference. But they're the mainly ingredients that I use. And of course the Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and broccoli. And if I have any more other vegetables besides them on hand, I'll put them in. Eggplant is another good ingredient to use. It's just up to you and your imagination. So before I go, I'm going to take the lid off here. I'll stick that over there for a minute. Just give this a bit of a stir. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Give it a taste, shall we? Ooh. Getting hot now, but we come here. Let me see if I can show you the pot. There we go. Look at this one. Look at that. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Absolutely delicious. I'm going to give this vegetable and mixed bean soup, ooh, boy, 10 out of 10. Remember, you can garnish it with whatever you like. If you have some parsley or whatever, you can add whatever vegetables you like. You can take out whatever vegetables you don't like. Like I said earlier, stick in a teaspoon or so of Vegemite into here, and your kids won't know. Your fussy kids won't know. I used to do that every time I forgot to bring the Vegemite with me tonight, but that doesn't matter. But when my son Daniel was growing up, I always put Vegemite in here, and he never knew. Because you can't taste it. But because it's in there, you're getting all of those, every single vitamin B. And it's vital for energy. And